The concept of dictionary in Python is different than any other non-primitive data type like lists, tuples, and sets. Hi everyone, this is TechCent, and let's continue with this Python tutorial. Earlier I said that dictionaries are different than lists, tuples, and sets. That's because in dictionaries we don't have indexes. We have keys and values. I know right now it doesn't make sense, so let me show you what a dictionary really means. Okay, let me give you a metaphor to explain what I mean with keys and values. In class, students have numbers. Let's say Paul is number 1 and David is number 2. When the teacher says, "Who is number 1?" Paul will raise his hand. That is the same in dictionaries. We have keys, which is number 1, and values, which is Paul, let's say. So let me declare for you a dictionary. Let me declare first a variable. I'm gonna name it students. And to define a dictionary, we need to use curly brackets. Right now, let me mention the key. So the key can be a number, a string, and so on. Right now, I just needed a number, so number 1. Then we need to mention the value. We use a colon, and then we mention the value. I'm gonna name the value Paul. Right now, let's add another key and a value. So I'm gonna say number 2 and David. What you're seeing in front of you right now is a dictionary. We have keys and we have their values. Okay, we know that in list, to fetch an element, we use indexes. But in dictionaries, we don't have indexes. What to do is, we need to mention the key. So let's say I had a list, lst, and 1, 2. If I want to fetch number 1, I will write print lst index 0, and I should get number 1. But in dictionaries, we don't have indexes. So what to do? Well, instead of mentioning the index, we need to mention the key. Let me show you. So I'm gonna print students brackets, and inside those brackets, I'm gonna mention the key. Let's say 1. What will happen is, we will get Paul. Now, there's another way to fetch a value, and we could use the get function to fetch a value. Let me show you. So I'm gonna write print students dot get, and I'm gonna mention the key. So I'm gonna say number 2, and I'm gonna run my program. We will get David. Let's say I mentioned a key that is not in my dictionary. I don't know, let's say 5. And 5 is not in my dictionary. We have only 1 and 2. Well, we should get an error. And yup, we got it. That's because number 5, or the key number 5, is not in my dictionary. But let's say I want to avoid that error, and instead I want to print a phrase that tells me this key is not in your dictionary. To do that, I'm gonna show it to you first. I'm gonna print students, and I'm gonna use the get function. I'm gonna mention first the key, which is 5, and it doesn't exist in my dictionary. After, I'm gonna add a colon and then write a sentence. I'm gonna say not in dictionary. So if the key mentioned here doesn't exist in my dictionary, well, in my case it doesn't, it will print this sentence. So let me prove that to you, and we got not in dictionary. Let's say I wrote 1, and 1 is a key in my dictionary, and I should get Paul. Let's say I had 2 lists. Can I make a dictionary out of those 2 lists? Well, let me show you. Let's say I had a list called keys, and I had number 1 and 2 inside it. And another list called values, and I had, let's say, Paul and David inside it. First, let me declare a variable called data. To merge 2 lists, I need to use the zip function. So first, let me merge those 2 lists by using the zip function, and inside parentheses, I'm going to mention the name of the lists. So keys and values. But right now, I just merged those 2 lists. We don't have a dictionary. Python doesn't know that data should store a dictionary. Well, to do that, I need to use the special function that will convert that zip function into a dictionary. So I'm gonna write dict, and let me then print data. What we should get is a dictionary. Well, I use 2 lists to make a new dictionary. Let's say in my student dictionary, I want to add another student, which is John, and he should be number 3. How to do that? Well, it's actually very simple. Let me show it to you. Let me write students and brackets. Inside those brackets, I need to mention the key, which is number 3, and I'm gonna assign to it the value which says the name John. What do you think will happen? Let me first print my dictionary, and we should get number 3, which is the key, and its value John. So we just added a new element in my dictionary. Right now, let me show you how to delete an existing element in your dictionary. It is actually very simple. All you need to do is use the delete keyword, which is DL, and then mention the key. So let me, in my case, delete David, and then let me print my dictionary. As you can see, we don't have David here. We only have number 1, which is Paul, and number 3, which is John. What you're seeing in front of you right now are nested dictionaries. Yup, inside a dictionary, we could add another dictionary. Also, we could add lists. As you see in this example, we have a list over here. This key, which is programming language, has a value of a list, while this key has a value of a dictionary. Now, how to fetch values inside this nested dictionary? Well, let's say I'm gonna use first the Paul dictionary, and I'm gonna fetch his age, which is 16. I'm gonna print Paul and mention the key, which is age. We should get 16. But let's say I want to fetch Java in Paul. How to do that? Well, instead of age, I need to mention the other key, which is programming language. And then I need to mention the index of Java. That's because in lists, we have indexes. So Java is at index number 1, and if I run my program, I should get Java. Let's go to David dictionary. Let's say I want to fetch VS Code. First, let me mention the David dictionary by writing its name. Then inside those brackets, I'm gonna mention the key, which is programming language. Then, because we have a dictionary as a value, we need to use keys, not indexes. So the key that I'm gonna use is JS, which is JavaScript. And if I run my program, I should get VS Code. We could use functions to modify our dictionary. Let me show you those functions. First, we have the clear function to clear our dictionary. Let's say I said students.clear, and what we'll do is it will clear my dictionary. So if I print my dictionary, I should get an empty dictionary. The next function is the copy function, which will copy my dictionary. Let's say I've declared a variable called copy, and then I will assign to it students.copy. And if I print copy, I should get a copy of my dictionary. Earlier in this video, I showed you the get function, which is print students.get, and inside those parentheses, you will mention the key. Let's say 1, and I should get John. Next, we have the items function. And what this function does is, it will show us all the elements in my dictionary. First, let me declare a variable, and I'm gonna name it LST. And inside this LST, I want to store all the elements or all the keys and the values of this dictionary. To do that, I'm gonna use the items function. So students.items, and before we do anything, let me first convert this into a list, because Python doesn't know that I want it as a list. So LST, and then print LST. What we should get is the key and its value stored inside a tuple, and this tuple is stored inside a list. We have another function called keys, and this keys function will give us all the keys in my dictionary. Let me declare a variable called keys, and I want it to be a list. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna store all the keys of my dictionary. So students.keys, and if I print my keys variable, I should get all the keys of my dictionary, which is 1 and 2. Could we do the same for values? Well, definitely. Let me change this to values, and instead of keys, I'm gonna write values. So the values function returns all the values in my dictionary. So let me print my variable, and I should get all the values in my dictionary, which are David and John. Next is the update function. Earlier in this video, I showed you how to add a new element. Well, we could use the update function to also add a new element. Let's say I wrote students.update, and I opened curly brackets, and what I did is I mentioned the key, and its value, let's say Paul. And when I print my student dictionary, I should get the new key, which is 3, and its value, which is Paul. Next is the pop item function. And what this function does is it pops the last key and its value from the dictionary. Students.pop item, and let me print my dictionary. We should get 1 and its value John, and definitely we didn't got 2 and its value David. That's because we popped them out. The last function that I want to show you is the pop function. Unlike pop item function, which takes no argument, this pop function takes one argument, which is the key in your dictionary. Let me show it to you. Let me print students.pop, and I'm gonna mention the key number 1. What will I get is John. Alright, that brings us to the end of today's video. We spoke about dictionaries, how to fetch element from it, and finally, dictionary functions. Okay, this is TechCent, and see you in the next one.